Morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to another morning motivation video. Hope you guys have had a great week. It's almost the weekend. Yay! For us, this weekend, you guys all know, is going to be pretty busy, but we're excited. We do our final walkthrough in the house today, and we close tomorrow, and we move on Saturday, so it's going to be nutty, but we're excited. Okay, today's message is kind of a different one. It's a little bit of a motivational message, but it's really more of a reminder, and this one is going directly to parents, couples that have kids that are going through maybe a divorce or even just a split. I mean, it may not be that you're married, but you're still been together long enough that you have kids and you're going through a split. And I know that you guys are going to say, like, well, what the hell do you know about it? You don't have kids and you're still married. True. But I also grew up in not necessarily a blended family, but a little bit of I guess you could call it a broken situation. I did grow up with my grandparents, both, my grandma and grandpa. They were the ones that raised my older sister, myself, and my younger brother. Hey, Erica, good morning. I do have a relationship with my mom, but I wasn't raised by her, and for a lot of different reasons. That's a story for another day. But I also worked in public schools for almost a decade. And in that time, I saw the results of both good and bad parenting, of both amicable and terrible divorces, and I saw the impact that it had on my students, on kids. And I was talking to someone and they mentioned something about, having trouble with the exes and all that kind of stuff. And it just made me want to really kind of put a plea out there. No matter how, quite frankly, how shitty your divorce might be going, and I know that there are feelings of probably being hurt and just a lot of negativity, and I totally get that. Believe me, Gary and I have had our marital struggles, and we didn't divorce, but it still hurt, and there was still a lot of pain there. And so I am grateful that through those times we didn't have kids. But for those of you who do, and you might be going through a split, here's my plea or my reminder to you. One, don't put the kids in the middle of it. Don't use the kids as bait or ammunition towards the other parent. My grandparents also raised me since I was 2. Yeah, I came home from the hospital and went straight to my grandparents' house. So I'm right there with you, Erica. But don't use your kids as ammunition in your divorce, custody, all of that. Don't threaten the other parent, the other person in the relationship. Especially, you know what? They may be a shitty wife, they may be a shitty husband, but if they are a great parent, don't take that away from your kids. Don't say things like, if you don't do this, then I am going to not let you see your kids. That makes you a shitty person, because now you are making your kids suffer. And I understand that a lot of this comes from a place of hurt, but you are making your kids suffer for things that may have failed in your relationship. So my plea to you is to, one, don't use your kids as ammunition towards one another. 2, hey, Nikki. 2, I want you to also be the example for your kids in how they treat other people and how they should be treated. So, moms, don't talk shit about their dad if you want, especially like your daughters, if you want them to know what it's supposed to be like to be in a healthy relationship. And you don't want to show your sons how they're going to treat women if you're talking so poorly about their dad. Dads, don't talk shit about their mom, even if she cheated on you, even if she's a terrible person to you. If she's a great mom, you need to uplift her that way, because your daughters are going to then mimic those things, and they're going to end up either being a shitty person or they're going to end up with a shitty person. And the same thing goes with your sons. If you're talking so much crap about their mom, they're going to think it's okay to talk crap. If they can talk crap about their mom, they feel like they can treat any woman however they want. So just remember that. Put your personal feelings towards each other aside, and just remember that your kids should be kept out of that. It should be, it's going to be a rough transition. Even if it's a smooth divorce, it's still going to be a rough transition to get used to the fact that they do not have both parents living at their house, or that they have to go from house to house in order to spend time with their parents. Make this easier on them. It's going to be hard for you. I'm not even trying to pretend that it's not. But you decided to become a parent. It's your job to be a good parent and make sure that you're not raising good kids. You want to make sure that you are raising good adults. because no matter what it is that you do, good or bad, they're going to go off into the world later and repeat that. So just keep that in mind. And the reason that this strikes such a chord with me is because I have seen the results of bad and good parenting, good and bad divorces in kids at school. You know, I may not know about it at the time, but later on, as I get to know students and they tell me that when they were in 7th grade, their parents went through an awful divorce. And then I think back and go, well, that explains why you were misbehaving. That explains your terrible grades. No wonder. So just remember that. The parenting, no matter whether you're a divorced parent or you're together, do your best to shield your kids from the negativity that you might have towards one another. I know it's hard, but if you decided to become a parent, you already know you decided to take something on that may be rewarding, but it is also challenging. You have decided that you are responsible enough and that you are a good enough person that you feel you can rear another human being and you can raise a good adult, then you need to step up to that responsibility. Don't expect TV to do it for you, for them to learn all the lessons. Don't expect school, teachers, and all of that to do it for you, because while they do play a major influence, all of those teachers, principals, counselors, they have hundreds of kids to look out for. So they're not just, unfortunately, they can't just devote all of their time to one kid, to your kid. They have to make sure that they're taking care of all of these kids, which means that you, parents, have the biggest influence on your kids and what kind of adult they become. So I know, like I said, this is a little bit different than my motivational videos, but it was just something that was kind of on my mind, and I wanted to put it out there because I see so much shit talking on Facebook. Your kids see that too, by the way. You think that maybe they're not on Facebook. Their friends see it, or even your friends see it and they talk about it, and then their kids talk about it, and that, you know how it goes. So just keep that in mind, and if there is, I guess, dirty laundry, keep it the fuck off Facebook. If you don't want attention to your negative drama, don't put it out there. Keep it behind closed doors. So, all right. This is kind of more of a soapbox, but I couldn't help it. So, and I have my former students that are on my Facebook, and they are some of the kids that went through this when they were kids, and my heart went out to them then. Luckily, a lot of them have become good adults. They have thrived. They have pursued, persistent, in spite of some of the issues they had with their parents, and I couldn't be prouder of them. But make it easier on your kids. That's just the way it goes. I was raised by my grandparents because, for whatever reasons at the time, my mom was not able to be a parent to 3 kids. I feel fortunate that I was raised by my grandparents because I ended up being raised in a stable, loving household where I was able to do well in school and succeed as a person, and I feel became a pretty good, decent human being. So I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit, but this also it's a representative of my family, my grandparents, and the great job they did in spite of being poor, in spite of being uneducated, in spite of whatever hardships we went through. Let's see, Nikki, no, so true. Dad came from a divorce and they only thought of themselves. It really damaged them to this day. Exactly. We have a profound responsibility to show our kids how to be great people. I can't see the rest of that, but I will after I get off. But thank you, Nikki, for sharing. It's so true. Gary, my husband, went through a divorce when he was a kid, and I don't know that it was a very good one, and it certainly affected him. He didn't have really a relationship with his dad for most of his life. And his relationship with his mom was not always great. So, some people can thrive in spite of those things. Some people don't, and it eats them alive. So, all right, I need to get to work. I got meetings today, got our final walkthrough on their house, so time to get this day started. I hope you guys have a great day. Feel free to share this video, please, because we need to get this message out to a lot more parents. If you're going through divorce, I'm sorry that things did not work out, but if you're a parent, you've got to protect your kids. So, all right, guys, have a great day. Have a great rest of your week, and I hope you have an awesome weekend. I will do my best to do another video tomorrow, but we close and we'll be finishing up packing and all that stuff. So it may not happen. I'm going to do my best. But have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you all soon.